Hey there guys, how's it going? So we've got the Moon Gem Cup here today that we're going to talk about. It's really cool, so we got some new content on the start of like a random week, as well as the fact that it's a new month. So we got new Coliseum, new PvP, a whole bunch of new crap, like new monthly gem quests, and now we also got this like Moon Gem Cup as well, which comes with 2 Moon Gems, about 40 jewels, a couple of magic mirrors, and a Mickey and Broom, which is like, it's not bad for just a random day in June, not bad at all. So let's go ahead and take a look at probably the most difficult quest here. I don't think any of these are particularly difficult, so long as you have a decent stock of area of attack medals and a couple of single targets at the back. Most of these things are pretty much just going to fall flat on their face. I'm not even using a stained glass medal, but you should definitely bring one along if you have it. Bear it in mind though, there are a couple of barrier masters scattered throughout the mobs that you lead up to going into the Angry Adventurer or the like Assault Dragon, whatever else. And they only have like a 1 counter over their head, so you probably want to bring like a Kyrie or an Illustrated Xion EX in first, just to get that counter up 1, so you don't immediately get debuffed and knocked out, whatever else. But let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick. I'm probably just going to fast forward it. I know that there are only 5 mobs before the Angry Adventurer in here, so even if you don't one-turn all of the mobs leading up to the final boss, I know that's definitely the case for this one as well, because I didn't one-turn all the mobs in this quest for some reason, even though I did one-turn them all in here, whatever. You can definitely take more than the amount of, like, you don't have to one-turn everything and then get up to the boss. You can definitely take your time, so, I know there are 5 mobs in this quest right here, so that'll burn at least a minimum of 5 turns before you get to the Adventurer, and, I mean, yeah, it's still pretty easy after that anyways. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek. I'm just using some area of attack stuff. Again, this is all the stuff that I've used literally since January, so a Kyrie at the front for that gauge restore, for that addition to the counter for the good buffs, a copy, area of attack, which you can use like anything that's come out recently, like the kind of the better version of this now, which is the Riku, Yuna, and Pain, the 3 fairies. Copy Xion. You can either, if you're not using Riku there, feel free to copy backwards if you like the medal that you've got there with the brand new Riku copycat. Anything area of attack, or even single target by that point. Like, if you can take out all the enemies by the 4th medal, which I can most of the time, you may as well start using single target by the 5th, because the big boss at the end here is single target, even though all the mobs before it are AoE. So I'm pretty much just running like AoE for the first 4 medals and then single target at the back. Even though this like Lexaeus medal isn't a speed attribute, or isn't the correct attribute to take out the Angry Adventurer, it still puts in so much work that it's like, I mean, you'll see, I'm not going to buff up my reverse stats at all whatsoever, and it's still going to do like some of the most damage on the entire Keyblade, even though it's, you know, a weaker frame metal. It's just so freaking powerful. So I'm probably going to fast forward it from here, because there's really nothing else to say. It's just AoE the earlier mobs, which again fall on their face after like 1 decent attack. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a... Alrighty, so we're just going to fast forward here as we clear out the rest of the enemies. So we're just, again, using a buffer, and then 1 decent attacker, and that takes out, you know, pretty much all the enemies we're going to face here. Again, if you do have stained glass medals, they're probably going to take things out even quicker than while I'm doing it. The only reason I'm not using a stained glass is just because I could literally not be bothered changing my setup, and because I like having Kyra EX at the front and then a copy on Kyra EX. In a case like this, it really helps out with enemies that have counters over their heads. You can see here that my the Xion that I have, the copycat Xion, didn't activate its attack boost skill, and that meant I had to take 2 turns to take out that 1 mob, but it really doesn't make any sort of a difference. And we're just going to clear out this last set of enemies here and move into the final room. Okay, and we're on to the final boss here of the Moon Gem Cup, and that's going to have obviously a decent amount of HP, but if you're taking out at least 1100 bars per turn, you should be fine. If you weren't able to get to this point and you're not able to 3-turn it, you could be in a bit of trouble, but you could even go a turtle strategy. I don't know how much damage, well, so we'll find out in a second how much damage he does. I didn't even pay attention, because I'm lucky enough that I can kill it in 2 turns, so I only really get hit by 1 attack. But if you do need to take more than 3, obviously you're going to have to start building your defense up. Let's see how much damage he does. Bang, 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 bang. You obviously still want to keep in mind that turn counter. Like, you can't take forever. It's not like you can just turtle it through, doing like, you know, 1000 damage a turn, and eventually he'll die. I mean, eventually he will die, but you just won't get any rewards from it. So look at this. Bang. Good damage. That's, you know, 100 bars off the extra attack. And dunk. Okay, so he does, you know, a casual 4.7 million there. So maybe he can't be defensed. So you definitely want to have to 3-turn him anyway. I mean, if you can get through the rest of the mobs in 1 turn, you can probably get through him in 2 and in 3. But again, if you do need like more specific help than me just going use AoE, then maybe post the medals that you have on the Discord. My Discord's always in my description if you guys ever need it, and we can like more specifically go through your setup, because again, it's hard to say use generic AoE medal here when I don't know what you have, what you've been saving up for, if you did pull, if you didn't pull, what you have skills on, etc. So, and here we go. We're going to finish it off with a nice big hit from Lexaeus. And get dunked on, absolutely. 6.5 million of a friend medal, not even the right attribute. Beautiful. Alright. So yeah, if my insane ramblings weren't clear enough, just please come to the Discord if you do need any help, and we'll get you through. Until then, guys, I'll see you pretty soon. I want to get a video out talking about the new banners that just came out today. I think there is some potential in there, though, that they are very, very baity still. But anyway, guys, all the best. I'll see you as soon as I can, and take care. Bye. What? 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 Just a random side note here. For some reason they've gone ahead and put Louis as a reward for the Omega Behemoth? Okay. But it just means that there's a green medal, whether in the past have only ever been red medals to my knowledge. I'm very, very certain of that. And they seem to have taken out the 5-star Flora, which I think used to be able to like potentially drop from an Omega Behemoth at low levels. I can't quite remember, but that's a bit strange. Okay.